Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Blanco the Slime, and of course today we have a video on the best way to make solo money in Grand Theft Auto Online this week. Of course, the bunker is double money and it's absolutely amazing. You can make $3.1 million in just a 10-minute sale mission, as you're gonna see on screen here right when this cutscene is finished. 3.1 mil, man. Absolutely bonkers. I'm gonna go over the best way to run this business and how to complete these sale missions as a solo player to maximize the amount of profit you can make. But of course, before we get into today's video, hit that like and subscribe button. It takes 1 second of your time and helps the channel and video perform much better in the YouTube algorithm. And of course, I really appreciate it. And now let's get into it. So let's begin with the locations of the bunkers, right? Where you can buy them, which they are 30% off this week. So if you don't have one, definitely go ahead and get yourself one. They're all decent. I definitely wouldn't suggest any of the ones all the way up north, but I would suggest the Farmhouse Bunker, which I do own. And then also Chumash Bunker is okay. Zancudo Bunker is a little too far out, but the Chumash Bunker, a lot of people like this one because you could just get into the city on this little highway here on the side. And Chumash is definitely solid, but I do personally own the Farmhouse Bunker, as I do think it's just ever so slightly better. I think it's closer to the locations of the sale missions, the drop-off points. So if you have the money, although Farmhouse Bunker is the most expensive, it is 30% off, and I would definitely suggest picking it up. Now, as far as the upgrades go, they are also 30% off, but you don't really need the transportation, the gun locker, or the shooting range. I would only suggest the personal quarters, which you can see I do have bought. That is also 30% off, and it does give you a spawn point, so you can kind of fast travel back and forth between your bunker. So out of all of these, I would only suggest the personal quarters. But of course, if you're just rolling in the dough, feel free to get yourself a shooting range, a gun locker, and a transportation vehicle. I personally don't think it's necessary though. Now, once you got your bunker purchased and all set up, you are going to have access to this laptop here with a bunch of these tabs. So I will go over them one by one. Like I said, this is going to be a full-on guide for the bunker and how to make the most money with it. So let's start off with the resupply tab. As you can see, buy supplies is $30,000, but that is because my supplies are already like 70% full. Of course, a full supply bar is gonna cost $75,000. I would never suggest stealing the supplies because time is money in this game, and stealing them is, you know, it takes a lot of time, man. And 75,000, you're gonna make a lot of profit on that 75,000 for the full supply bar. So I would personally always suggest buying supplies. I would never do the steal supply mission whatsoever. Now, moving on to the next tab, we have the research tab, and this of course is going to be paint patterns, camos, tints, liveries, attachments, and also equipment upgrades for vehicles. This is all pretty much you know, through unlocks with your research. I don't really suggest doing them. This is where you're going to be able to unlock those though in the manage staff tab. You can see assign staff to manufacturing is to pretty much assign them all to just making money, like actual product to sell. You could assign staff to research, which is to unlock the things I just showed on screen, like the attachments, deliveries, and the vehicle upgrades. And then you could assign staff to both, but this is pretty much splitting your staff 50-50 between the two, and I don't suggest ever doing that. I think you should always assign staff to manufacturing unless you are going after a specific camo or attachment or vehicle upgrade. Then go ahead and put it on the research. But especially while it's double money, you definitely want to assign your staff to manufacturing because of course you want to take advantage of that double money and colossal payments on the sale missions. The payments are absolutely colossal on all levels of stock levels. So whether it's one supply fill up or all four, which I will get into in a bit. But next up, we do have the upgrades for the bunker. These are also 30% off. I do suggest heavily getting the equipment upgrade and the staff upgrade. Security upgrade will keep raids away from you, but that never has happened to me anyway, so I personally never purchased it. But the staff and equipment upgrade will boost the speed in which your product is produced and also how much it's worth, of course, leading to you making more money. So you definitely want to go ahead and get that equipment and staff upgrade, especially while it's 30% off, because they are both a little bit pricey, but this will absolutely maximize your, profits and potential income that you can make with the bunker, especially while it's on double money. Now, another thing that is also double money with the bunker this week, which you can really make a bunch of money off of, is the ammunition contract. This is a little truck that's parked here inside your bunker, and every 48 minutes, it's going to allow you to deliver excess gun parts to a local ammunition, usually within 2 to 3 miles. It takes no more than 5 minutes, and normally this pays $50,000, and you can do it every 48 minutes, but as I said, it's double money. So as you can see, once I deliver this, that's going to be $100,000. I only have to drive like 2.3 miles. Definitely worth it. I would suggest doing this every single 48 minutes. Of course, while you're waiting for your stock levels to, increase and for your product to be made, definitely go out and make that 100K every 48 minutes. But anyway, let's get into a sale mission. How much can you make with a full bunker? That's what you guys came here for, right? We want to know how much we can make with a full bunker. As you can see, my stock level's full. And if we sell to Los Santos, which I would always suggest doing, we make 2.1 million compared to 1.4 million if we sell to Blaine County. Now, selling to Blaine County is going to be a bit safer because there's not going to be, too many players in Blaine County. But selling to Los Santos is so much of a bonus. I would always suggest doing it. And also, a full stock level will mean more sale vehicles, which I did want to get into. So me, luckily, I got the sale mission with the 3 insurgents, which I definitely think is one of the better ones because you only have to do 3 drop-offs in 3 separate insurgent trucks, which are armored and can take multiple rockets and bullets and stuff like that. So you should be safe selling in a public lobby. Of course, if you want to sell an invite only, feel free to do so. I always sell public because that 2.1 is going to turn into $3.1 million. And now, in terms of sale missions, there are 5 total sale missions. So the only 2 that I would suggest doing if you're doing a full stock level, which is going to spawn multiple vehicles, is the sale mission with the 2 Phantom wedges. So it's going to spawn you 2 Phantom wedges. They're 18-wheeler trucks. They're fast. They're armored. And usually you just drop one off, you hop in your helicopter or oppressor, go grab the other one, drop that off. You should be able to finish it in 10 minutes. So that's one that I would suggest. I don't have footage of it right now, unfortunately. But the other one I would suggest is this one, where you get the 3 insurgent trucks. They're just 1 drop off each, and you just, again, drop one off, take your oppressor or your Sparrow back to the other one, drop it off, take your oppressor or Sparrow back to the other one and drop it off, and you finish it again in about 10 to 12 minutes and make that $3.1 million, of course, if you're selling in a public session. Now, if you don't have an oppressor or a Sparrow, I would highly suggest only restocking your business once with 1 supply meter, because 1 supply meter will fill up your stock level to about a quarter. And if it's at a quarter or less, it'll never spawn more than 1 sale vehicle. So if you aren't someone who owns an oppressor or Sparrow that can go back and forth and pick up the multiple vehicles to complete a full stock level sale mission with the 4 sale vehicles, or, in the case of the Phantom Wedge 2, then of course I would suggest just restocking once at 75K and then selling once it's filled with 1 quarter worth of stock level. That way you don't have to worry about flying back and forth. But the sale missions I would absolutely stay away from is the one with the monster trucks, because you're not going to be able to finish that on time. And also the one with the little go-karts. And then also there's a sale mission with insurgent pickup trucks like the ones I'm using now, but instead of 3 drop-offs, each truck has 5 drop-offs. So in total, that's 15. And that's also going to be almost impossible to finish within the allotted amount of time. So I would definitely suggest doing the insurgent pickup sale mission with the 3 drop-offs or the sale mission with the 2 Phantom wedges. If you don't get one of those 2 sale missions, I would suggest restarting the lobby, restarting the sale mission. You're only going to lose about $10,000 worth of product, but of course you're going to have a much easier time with those better sale missions. So now that we got a full bunker sale mission out the way, I did want to go over the numbers for how much would you make if you only sold it at a quarter. As you can see, for Los Santos, as a sale mission at 1 quarter, it's $441,000. So in a public session with that 50% bonus, you're going to get 661. So 661,000 is going to be the amount that you will get off a sale mission where the stock level is filled at just 25%, which, as I mentioned earlier, 1 full supply meter of $75,000 will produce 25% stock meter. So full supply meter fills 1 quarter of a stock meter. Just keep that in mind. So as you can see, it only spawned me with 1 sale vehicle, and it is the Insurgent where we have to do the 5 drop-offs. I am going to have to take out a little bit of, Merryweather dudes at each drop-off, but it's no biggie. Like I said, this is for the players without an oppressor or a Sparrow that can't bounce back and forth. After you drop off 1 sale vehicle, you go back and get the other one. like we did in the full sale mission, where we hopped on our oppressor to go back and forth between the vehicles to complete, you know, all three of the vehicles that were required for us to complete the sale mission, right? So if you don't have an aircraft that could get you back and forth reliably, and you're just starting out, you don't have too much money to afford an oppressor or a Sparrow, it's okay, man. You can still make really good money just supplying it once, filling it to a quarter, and then you sell it for $661. It does take about an hour to fill up a quarter way, so you're making $661 an hour, $660,000 an hour passively, while also being able to complete one ammunition contract every hour. That's $761,000 every single hour, even if you don't have an aircraft. And personally, I would actually suggest selling it this way. It's just less stressful, less chance of you getting griefed and stuff like that if you just have one vehicle. And I actually think I'm going to be selling it this way for the rest of the week, just one supply meter at a time at that quarter. It is nice getting the 3.1 million in one transaction with the full stock, you know, sale, but it is very stressful, and the chances of you getting the Phantom Wedge mission or the 3 drop off with the Insurgent pickup, you know, that's only 2 out of 5. So you got a 40% chance of getting a sale mission that's actually good. Whereas if you sell it at a quarter, you're only going to get one vehicle anyway, and the missions are just much easier. So we're at the last drop off. We're just gonna clean up these last few Merryweather guys. Then it's gonna ask us to leave the area, and you will see that we will make $661,000, which if you times it by 4 does come out actually to 3.1 million. So essentially you're making 1/4 the amount of money you will from a full bunker sale, but the supplies are filling up faster because you don't have to wait 3 or 4 hours for the full stock level to have a full bunker. You can sell every single hour, and you will make 661, which it's not like you losing money, you're just making 1/4 the amount that you would in a full bunker. So the math checks out, and I think it probably is smarter to just sell it at a quarter level stock every single time. That way, like I said, you could avoid getting one of the, you know, stinker sale missions where you got to use the monster truck or the go-karts and stuff like that. And if you don't have friends with you, those can be really tough, almost impossible to complete unless you get the Phantom Wedge sale mission, or like I did, the Insurgent pickup with just the 3 drop-offs rather than the 15. So it's up to you, man. Leave your comment down below if you are going to be selling, if you're a full bunker type of guy, or if you're just selling a quarter at a time, making that $661,000. And, you know, let me know what's your style, man. You're going to go for that quarter or that full stock level? I'm personally probably going to stick to the quarter sale missions for the rest of this week. But anyway, that does wrap us up for today's video. This is the best way to make money solo in GTA Online this week with the Double Money Bunker. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, or if it helped you at all, please leave a like and subscribe. It takes 1 second of your time, and I would greatly appreciate it. We make consistent GTA content here on this channel, so of course you want to subscribe and hit that bell notification so you can stay up to date with all uploads. But anyway, until the next one, peace out, boys.